Have you ever felt this way? Everything around you is calm.
Everything seems fine.
There's no real danger, but your heart is pounding like it's about to burst. Your breath is shallow, your thoughts are jumping from one fear to another, and you have no idea why. It's as if you've become an uneasy guest inside your own body. This is anxiety. It may sound soft when spoken, but inside it feels like a storm tearing you apart. Many people silently battle it. They smile in front of their friends, but inside they're constantly living with fear. What if something bad happens tomorrow? What if I fail? What if the people I love leave me? How many times have these thoughts spun in your mind without anyone knowing? But in this video, I'll show you a very simple technique that has worked for thousands of years. One of the first people to use it was Seneca, the famous Stoic philosopher. He said, "What scares people is not the things themselves, but the way they respond to them." And now in this video, I'll teach you a 3-step technique that takes just 30 seconds and helps you take back control from anxiety. It requires no therapy sessions, no medication, and no long hours of meditation. Just the ability to ask yourself the right questions with awareness. Who is this video for? If your mind won't quiet down at night and the future scares you, if you don't recognize yourself when you're angry and feel like a stranger to your own emotions, if even in the best moments of life you carry unease deep inside you, then this video is for you. Maybe one idea from this video could open the door to your inner calm. Like the video now, because this is a problem most people suffer from silently. Share it, because someone else going through the same thing might find their answer through you. And if you want more videos that are thoughtful and psychologically deep, make sure to subscribe. On this channel, we don't just talk, we explore the paths to self-understanding together. If you're ready, let's learn, together with Seneca, how to step out of anxiety. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." That one sentence reveals the root of the problem. We're not afraid of what's actually going to happen. We're afraid of the story we tell ourselves about what might happen. So now ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? It may sound simple, but this question is a powerful way to calm your brain's panic signals. Let's look at a real example. Imagine you have a job interview tomorrow, and you're already nervous tonight. Your mind races with thoughts like, what if they ask something I can't answer? What if I embarrass myself? What if I fail or they don't accept me? Now, like Seneca suggests, ask yourself the right question. What's the worst that could happen? And answer honestly. At worst, I don't get the job. Will my life end because of that? No. Is it possible to find another opportunity? Yes. Maybe this will even open the door to something better suited for me. Yes, it's possible. What do these answers give you? They bring you back to real, rational thinking, and as a result, they reduce the size of your fear. The brain fears uncertainty. When it encounters the unknown, it sends out alarm signals. This is a kind of defense mechanism. But when you ask the question, what's the worst that could happen? You give a name to that uncertainty. That vague, unknown fear becomes a clear and logical possibility. And at that point, your brain says, oh, so that's what it is. I guess it's not as catastrophic as I thought. Seneca's approach is simple. If you can clearly name your fear, it can no longer control you. Because at that moment, you stop reacting and start thinking proactively. Most people don't ask this question when they're anxious, because the brain automatically switches into flight or hide mode. But the moment you ask this question, you take back control. So here's what I suggest. Take a piece of paper, write down something that's bothering you right now, then underneath it write, what's the worst that could happen? And beneath that, write your honest answer. As you do this, you'll start to notice that many of your fears are exaggerated or even artificial. This first step is more than just asking a question. It's about calming yourself, quieting your mind, and regaining control over the moment. Seneca wrote about this over 1,000 years ago, but today, psychologists and therapists recommend the exact same technique. So if you want to get to the root of your fear, The first step is to name it. And always remember, you and your brain are on the same team. Ask it the right questions, and it will give you the right answers. So that was step one. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Step two, remember the power of time. There's a reason people say, time heals all wounds. In moments of anxiety, it feels like the situation will never end. As if the stress, the tightness, the discomfort will become a permanent part of your life. But Seneca gives us an important reminder. No suffering is eternal. Time heals every wound. This isn't just a poetic quote. It's a key to inner peace. Seneca's core message is this: you are experiencing this feeling, but you are not the feeling itself. The anxiety, the fear, the restlessness you feel right now, they are temporary. They had a beginning, and they will have an end. But we treat these feelings as if they're permanent and inescapable. Our brain tells us, I'll always be like this. I'll never get out of this stress. There's no end to this. But that's just an illusion, because every emotion is temporary. Take a moment. Think of something from your past that once made you extremely anxious. Maybe it was an exam, a difficult meeting, a breakup, or even an insult. At that time you thought, I'll never get through this. This feeling will swallow me whole. But today, that feeling is gone. It's just a memory. That fear, which once felt overwhelming, is now a faded trace in your mind. And this proves a powerful truth. You've already survived many emotions you thought you wouldn't make it through. Now let me tell you something important. During anxiety, your brain loses its sense of time. It interprets the current discomfort as something that will stretch endlessly into the future. Even though the worry is happening now, it feels like it will last forever. That's why repeating the phrase, "This too shall pass," is like sending a message to your brain. This moment is not permanent. I'm inside this feeling, but this feeling is not here to stay inside me forever. It's a gentle but powerful response to panic. The Stoics compared emotions to the waves of the sea. Sometimes they come with great force, knock you down, and then retreat. Then they return again, only to pass once more. Every wave carries a message. But if there's one thing that never changes, it's the ground beneath your feet, your awareness, your patience, your understanding. Seneca said, you can't stop emotions from arriving, but you can choose how to respond to them. And in order to make that choice, you must believe in the healing power of time. Here's a small practical exercise for you. Next time anxiety hits, close your eyes and take a deep breath. And then gently say to yourself, this too shall pass. These 4 words can build a fortress of inner strength. It's like constructing a shelter inside yourself, in the middle of the storm. The emotions may swirl around you, but within, you remain calm and grounded. Now pause and imagine for a moment, 5 days from now, 5 months from now, or 5 years from now. What will this anxiety mean to you? Most likely you'll just say, it passed. That perspective alone can bring you calm and clarity today. Not being lost in time, but trusting in its silent healing is true Stoic strength. Now we move to the final step of Seneca's 30-second technique. Ask yourself this simple but deeply powerful question. What will this situation mean to me 1 year from now? This question helps you shift your perspective, escape panic, and place your emotions within the context of time. It's like putting down the magnifying glass and looking at the situation from above. Why is this question so powerful? Because anxiety magnifies the present moment, stretches it and spreads it across your future, making it feel eternal. You replay the situation in your mind so much that it starts to feel like the defining moment of your life. Your brain tells you, this feeling will never go away. This situation will ruin my entire future. What's happening now defines who I am. But when you ask, what will this mean to me a year from now? You mentally step outside the now and take a journey into the future. And then you realize something important. The feeling you're experiencing today will become tomorrow's memory. Let's say today someone criticized you. You felt bad afterward. Thoughts started circling in your mind. They don't like me. I'm not good enough. Maybe I really am a failure. Now take those thoughts and travel 1 year into the future. Imagine 12 months have passed. Will what that person said still hold the same power over you? If you answer honestly, probably not. That person might not even be in your life anymore. You may have grown, become calmer, stronger, more self-assured. Seneca said, "The more we magnify the moment, the more we suffer. But those who learn to look from above lessen the power of pain." That's the foundation of Stoic philosophy. It's not the event itself, but the meaning you give it that causes pain. And the way to change that meaning is to spread it across time. What does it mean to take a broader perspective? It means framing your pain, fear, and discomfort instead of enlarging them. It's like taking your emotions out of a zoom lens and seeing them from a wider angle. In this mindset, you begin to say, "This moment is hard, but it's not the whole story of my life. Even this episode will have an ending. This is just one page, not the entire book." What do these thoughts bring you? Freedom. Because you're no longer someone who's lost inside. Your emotions, you're the observer watching them. And when you become the watcher, anxiety loses its grip. Why? Because you've taken back control. Remember, this technique isn't about turning you into a robot. It's about learning how to live without drowning in your emotions. Perspective doesn't just give you calm, it gives you strength. If you can learn to approach every situation with the question, "What will this mean to me 1 year from now?" you'll become someone who's more composed, more clear-minded, and ultimately stronger in every moment. As Seneca said, if you can place your pain within the right perspective, it stops being pain. So now pause for a second and reflect. Together with Seneca, you've just learned in 30 seconds how to handle anxiety. These 3 simple steps can truly transform you if you apply them, not just hear them. 1. What's the worst that could happen? You gave your fear a name, and once you did, it didn't seem quite so scary anymore. 2. This will pass. You reminded yourself that this feeling isn't forever. The storm will end. What will this mean to me in 1 year? You chose to look at the situation from a distance, not through a magnifying glass, and that gave you strength in the moment. This isn't some spiritual ritual or empty motivation. This is a compass, a gift from Stoic philosophy, built on thousands of years of understanding human nature. Because the Stoics believed the outside world may change, but within yourself, you can build an unshakable fortress. And this video is one step toward building that fortress. Now here's what I ask of you. Like this video, because one simple like might bring this technique to someone silently drowning in anxiety. Share it. Maybe a friend of yours is going through this, but doesn't know how to put it into words. Subscribe, because here we don't just watch videos, we discover ourselves. We learn how to be calm and powerful. We learn how to take the quiet strength of the Stoics and bring it into today's chaos. And finally, if today you were able to say to your anxiety, "Yes, I see you, but you will not defeat me," then you've already won. Never forget, freedom doesn't come from silencing your emotions. It comes from knowing how to live with them, manage them, and stay centered. That strength already exists within you. Just remember it. And whenever you need to, return to this 30 seconds. See you in the next video.